Hello everyone, this is Moncef Afkir, and thank you so much for joining me in this new episode of Being the Bridge podcast. And the subject today is trust in yourself and the choices you make. And I want to start by talking about the fact that this physical reality is about co-creation. So for me, how I see it, my perspective is that we are not meant to do things alone. It's all about co-creating with others, even though sometimes we want to prove that we did it alone, because there can be some self-worth issues. We don't believe in ourselves, and we try to prove our worth by trying to do everything on our own. But in the end, for me, it's about co-creating with others. And why I said that is because there are times where when we need to receive support from others, and other times when we give support to others. So it's always a co-creation. And how it relates to the subject today, because when talking about self-trust and making our own choices, we may ask others for support, for guidance, for advice about a decision that we want to make, a path that we want to choose. And there is nothing wrong with that. It can be very helpful. But the issue, the limitation is when we become dependent on others, and we have this tendency to make others choose or make our own decisions. It's like we don't trust ourselves enough. We are afraid of taking the wrong decision. We are afraid of missing out. We believe that others are better than us. And also sometimes we don't want to take the risk to follow the guidance that we receive and the truth that is already within. And then we start building that addiction to receiving the answers from others. I'm not saying that we should stop receiving guidance or advice from others. That can be helpful when we feel guided to that, but also create a space for ourselves to connect to our inner guidance. And when we receive intuitive guidance messages, we try to act on that as much as we can. We can take it slowly if it feels very risky. But it's, for me, it's important to have that space for ourselves, where we follow our own guidance, because that helps us to build trust in ourselves, to build trust in our intuition, in our guidance. And also, like I mentioned in probably one of the previous episodes, it helps us to start discerning between the messages that are coming from our guidance, from our heart, and also the messages that we create or we misinterpret because of past traumas and fears. So take a deep breath. And of course, there will be some times when we need to receive guidance from others, because we don't know everything, and sometimes it's some people know better in some fields, and we know also better in others. And so it's more about finding a balance between creating space for us to build that trust in ourselves and making our own choices, and also receiving support when we feel guided to do that. Take a deep breath. And If it doesn't feel comfortable in the beginning, maybe you can start with small decisions that will not maybe create a big discomfort for you. It's like you are training a muscle little by little, and at some point it's become comfortable with you to take bigger decisions. And if you watch the previous episode or listen to it, I talked about activating our gifts or receiving more understanding as we walk the path, or more clarity as we walk our path, because there is a healing process that we go through when we start allowing ourselves to follow our own guidance. When we experience some kind of discomfort or challenge, it doesn't mean that this is happening to us or against us. It's more for ourselves to release any resistance, any blocks, any energies or traumas that we keep holding on to, and doesn't let us follow or trust our guidance and follow that. And also, when I say taking action, it doesn't mean necessarily that we will do something. Sometimes it's clear we need to do some physical activity or action, and other times the guidance can be to slow down, to take a time to meditate, to be in nature, or just to take a nap. It depends on the situation and what you are receiving. And so that was the message for today. I hope it serves you. And I would love to know your opinion about that. You can type it on the comments section. And if the episode resonates with you, I invite you to like the video on YouTube, and also to subscribe on YouTube channel, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. And so with that, I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye for now.